I'm going to say once.
Accurate.
Yes.
Hometown Jay.
There you go. For Bobby, I'm going to say I owe my friends an apology.
Tom, that is correct.
That is so-
You are acing my test.
Yeah.
Welcome to Divorced with Friends, the podcast that reminds you if you're ever in the need to watch Grease 1978, John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John, do not get the copy from my brother. It is probably a dirty porn. I am Bobby Vito, and joined as always is my friend, my colleague, my partner, Tom. Tom, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Episode 23. Can you believe it?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. I was actually thinking about that, Tom. It's Michael Jordan's number, and because it is Michael Jordan, we brought in the GOAT.
That's right.
We brought in somebody. We brought in a guest. We haven't had this
That's
guest
smooth.
in
That was
a.
pretty smooth.
You like that?
Yeah.
That's a radio intro, if you will, a segue.
Yeah.
But we brought a GOAT, and I want to introduce this GOAT. So without further ado, here's our mystery guest.
You're watching Channel 4 News with five-time Emmy Award-winning anchor Ron Burgundy and Tits McGee.
Tits McGee, fucking welcome.
Really took your time, went subtle there.
I went really hard. Lindsay / Emma, you are back. It's been a year, but you are back.
I am back. Thank you for having me back.
Yeah,
Thank you for
welcome
that intro.
Oh, we're back to the table bangs.
I'm
It's
banging
been
tables.
7
right
seconds. We
off
get
the
5
hop.
table bangs. But you're back, and Tits McGee is not what we'll call her permanently, but we'll find out why in a little bit. So before we get into that, Tom, what's been going on with you?
Not too much. Summer, so avoiding construction, and I lost at mini golf to my son last night.
Oh, where'd you guys go?
Kind of a bad mood about that. Kimball Farm, which
Oh, so you're in my hood.
yeah, they spent like $1 zillion on that place. Huh? It's crazy. Some of these places, it's like starts as a farm and then it's like mini Disneyland. It's wild.
Yeah, they have zip lines and they have
Yeah.
bumper cars. My kids love the arcade
The
there,
mini
which
golf
is
looks
so
like
annoying.
a Disney ride too. It's
It
like,
does.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So how bad did he beat you?
Well, he was up by 1 stroke, and then we left early to go get ice cream because everybody else wanted ice cream. My wife and daughter don't participate because they can't handle like what a brat my son is about. He like
Well, he's the athlete too, so he's probably super
yeah,
competitive.
he's not even that good honestly, but I'm just really bad, so he beats me, and that's enough for him. So yeah.
I dig that. So as far as what I'm going on, as we talked about last week, I have a separation agreement, so we're good there.
Good.
Move to close on the new place on 8/17.
Yeah.
So we have about a month left here in the
Exciting
mills.
times.
And other than that, nothing has been going on. I mean, co-parenting still sucks ass, but that'll be a thing where I just deal with for a while. But everything's good.
Summer's like weirdly can be more draining than school.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like as a parent, because it's like the schedules are different, and it's hot out, and a lot of times you need like more coverage, not less, in
Yeah.
a weird way, because you don't have as much stuff scheduled. I find it almost like, yeah, like more I'm like out of gas. Yeah.
So when I get my kids back in the afternoon, because the arrangement is like even when I work, she watches the kids during the day, even
Yeah,
on my
yeah.
days. So I won't have them from 9 to 3:30, but I still have to work from 3:30 to 5
Yeah,
or
right.
whenever. But I try to fill their weeks up with like things because like
Yeah.
if I don't have them on the weekend, I only have them 2 days a week.
Sure.
So like Wednesday we went to the cinema down the road that has like a restaurant, and they thought that was crazy that they could get food
Yeah,
delivered
that's
to their
pretty
seat.
funny. Yeah, kids-
But we saw the new Minions movie.
Oh, nice.
And I was warned going into it, like, it's annoying because of the Minions. And, like, typically I actually kind of like the Minions. I think they're funny. But they were right because in the Despicable Me movies, Gru is, like, the main character.
Yeah.
And he's probably got, like, 80% of the dialogue.
Okay.
90% of the dialogue in here is their gibberish back and forth with,
Oh, yeah.
with dialogue of, like, regular people every now and then.
Yeah.
So it's almost like watching a movie in Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish. So towards the end, I was like, this fucking sucks. But I will say, unlike a lot of kids' movies these days,
Yeah.
they kept it a crisp 90.
That's good. That's a huge.
It was
drives me
so
nuts.
good.
These like 3-hour Pixar movies. It's like, all right, guys, come on.
Because I just
Everybody's got
saw
shit to do. Yeah.
Toy Story 5 maybe 2 weeks ago or 3
Yeah,
weeks
yeah,
ago,
yeah. It's
and it was
too
good.
long.
It was like
Too
2
long.
hours.
It's too long, and it's like the Toy Story. It's like okay, I get like I don't need to be like the emotional heartache is like too much with those movies now.
I know.
It's the same chord, and they're hitting it like too hard.
Did
with
you see the
like,
fifth one?
Your kids, especially now, because like my daughter's going to college.
Yeah.
So I'm like super susceptible to all that stuff. I'm like, all right, enough. I don't need it more like. I get it. My kids are getting older. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm sad about it already. Like enough. You know?
Did you see the fifth one?
Yeah,
though?
I did. I saw it with my kids.
So I all right, anything with a kid in it now, like the kid gets made fun of or hurt, I almost can't watch it.
Yeah.
So you know that scene where they get her the lily pad and she goes to her friends' houses?
Brutal. Yeah.
The next day, the friends are all like making fun of her in the
cyberbullying
chat
her.
and
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
crying and I banged into him. And the mom comes over and she's like all upset because the friends are like,
it's brutal.
these fucking bitches.
Yeah.
Like it ruined, I didn't want to say ruined the movie, but it made me feel so bad
That's
for
like,
this
you know what's
girl.
funny is like my kids are in high school now, and I still to this day hate anyone who is mean to them at any point. Like a kid's name will come up, and I'll be like, I fucking hate that kid. It'd be like, oh, he's fine. I'll be like, yeah, but he was mean to you in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
That one
like,
time.
I just hate them forever. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. So we do that, and then the next night we went to Sullivan Farms to get ice cream.
Yeah.
But it was like, and I purposely did it later, like maybe like 7:00, so it wouldn't be as hot. It was so fucking hot that their ice cream melted within like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I knew that was going to happen, and I told my son, my oldest, I was like, he wanted a cone, and I was like, I'm going to have them put it in a cone, but inside of a cup.
Yeah.
That way you can do that. So he said, okay, he agreed to this.
Yeah.
But when he sees it, he's very upset about this whole situation.
Yeah.
He's like, this is the worst day ever. And I'm like, you have no fucking clue, brother, what the worst day ever is. And then within like 5 minutes where it melted, he understood what happened and why. But I will tell you this. The next time it happens, I will do the same plan because I don't want to deal with how much he hates the ice cream melting on his hand.
Yeah.
And he will do the same thing. Even though he realized, like he's like a goldfish. His memory will forget the fact that this was the right move all along.
He wants that in the cone moment. That's like worth it.
Exactly. But like he could have just taken it out of the thing, eat it in the cone, and stuck it back in. Again, he's 8. He's an idiot, but he's great. But that like to an 8-year-old, not getting your ice cream 100% in the cone is the worst fucking day ever. We should be so lucky.
Yeah, that's true.
We should all be so
far
lucky.
in his life, that might be the worst day that he's had.
Yeah.
You know, it might be. So we're gonna hear from Lindsay and where Lindsay's been over the last year. It's been a year, right?
It's been a year.
Crazy.
And I think for the first 4 or 5 episodes after you left, we were getting inundated with, you guys suck, bring back Lindsay. I know we did a phone call sometime in the fall, but schedules finally worked out. You were in the area, and you and I are on opposite weekends, so I never see you.
I know, it's been tough.
How did you get off this weekend? What happened?
The summer throws our schedule off. Just like Tom was saying, we are off our routine. We are off our normal because of trips and summer camp and vacations. And so I actually have 2 weekends in a row free because then I have the kids for 2 weekends. So it lined up and it worked out well. And I jokingly was asking the Contis to adopt me and go see Noah Khan at Fenway. And then Bobby was like, how about a podcast? I'm like, oh, well, okay.
Well, it was funny.
No kind of Fenway. Yeah.
People look at my phone all the time, and I keep my badges on for my like text messages, and it'll show like 225 missed text messages, mainly because I have a lot of group chats. And I'm sure you know, like
That would drive me crazy.
Group chat.
I'm a zero inbox person.
Oh,
That would drive me nuts.
I see the push notification, and I feel like if I don't have anything to add, I'm just not going to open the thing to read it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you wrote something like, "Oh, mom and dad are fighting," and I didn't understand it at first. But they were. Did she want to go to Noah Khan and he didn't, or what? Or he complained about the prices?
Tickets were so expensive,
They're
and I don't know
crazy.
where
Yeah.
they landed on it, but Mrs. Conti and I were going back and forth about like how crazy it is, and then he chimed in, and then I was just being funny. I was like, Bobby, mom and dad are fighting again.
Well, he's practical. We talked last week about the roof in the stairs versus his wife getting some enhancements. Yeah. He knows where his money should be spent. That's basically him.
Yeah, and tickets are insane, like $1,000 plus for the worst seats.
Those are crazy. Yeah.
Do you know Noah Khan?
Yeah, my kids love Noah Khan.
I
so that's
don't
my
fucking
son's,
know who
my
he
son
is.
is making a bucket list. This is one of his new things. So he's got a Notes app bucket list. That's on his bucket list is see Noah Khan at Fenway. So he's got a job now. So maybe he'll make it happen.
How many shows? Could he see him this year, or does he come every year?
Not with me.
Yeah.
I think he's been coming every year.
He's come a
couple
few,
years
yeah. I mean, because
now.
he just bangs it out because he's like so popular. Kids love him too. Like I feel like everybody loves him.
Yeah, and I feel like New England and Boston, like that's
Yeah,
his
yeah, yeah.
demographic.
That's
That's
probably-
what
Is he from
goes
here?
for. He's from Vermont.
He's from Vermont. He sings sings
loves
about Maine. He
Vermont.
sings about
I just remember
sings
that,
about Vermont all the time.
like local people
Six
getting
seasons?
big when we were in
seasons,
college
yeah.
would have been like Howie Day.
Gonna
And I
go to
think
Maine.
The biggest. You guys remember Howie Day?
Oh, Collide.
Yeah, but like the biggest he would have got would be like the Orpheum or something, like 1,200 seats versus Fenway. It's like 30,000 or something with the grass. All right, so we'll catch up with Lindsay. We'll find out. Oh, do you have more?
What I took away from that conversation is you see my notifications come on your phone. You're like, nope, not reading it.
Yeah, that's basically what, so if it's a one-on-one
You're
text,
not the only one.
If it's a one-on-one text, though, I know I have to respond.
You have to.
So I will. I have
Because I'm probably in a dire situation.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I can always tell when something's going on with Lindsay because like she'll call and she'll be like, "How's things going with you?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, this happened," and it'll be like this terrible thing, and she's like, "Oh," and I go, "Are you okay?" No, I'm not. I know exactly how to read
that
you.
has happened twice in the last year. The last year, we'll get to some catch-ups. I have had 2 major I need Bobby crash out phone calls.
We're gonna get into all that. We're gonna find out where Lindsay's been. But where have Tom and I been? You can find Tom and I on email at divorcedwithfriends@gmail.com, Instagram at divorcedwithfriends, Twitter at divorcedwfpod. We don't update it, but fuck it, we do it anyway. And that's where you can find us. So we're gonna get into Toronto Rob's least favorite segment of the entire show, which is the Gilmore Girls rewatch.
He's such a fraud. I can't wait to like rip into him about that.
I want to get into that a little more because Lindsay also likes the Gilmore Girls.
Connecticut.
I did a new rewatch though. I don't think either one of you guys did this before, but I'm on my 4th 6 Feet Under rewatch. Did you guys watch that?
I've never watched. I have the DVDs. I got the DVDs at one point, thinking because it seems like a show I would like, and then I never watched it.
They call it a dark comedy. It's really not. It's
what
really
is with you and the dark comedies?
well. Okay. So to me, a dark comedy is really like The Cable Guy, right? It's got its funny moments, but it's sort of like about a sad topic.
They're just saying it's dark because people are dead.
Because people are dead. Yeah. It's more of a drama. I love it. It's got one of the best finales we talked about the last show. But it's one of those things where I can't go back and watch an episode piecemeal. If I do an episode, I got to do the whole thing. I feel like I need to earn that payoff at the end. 2 brothers and a sister, Claire. And Claire would have been about our age-ish when the show would have been filming.
Yeah, the redhead, right?
Yeah, the redhead. So I feel like I relate to her in the music they listen to, a lot of like Death Cab for Cutie, a lot of Radiohead, a lot of 90s alt rock, and it's sort of like that scene in LA, but they live in a funeral home. And every episode revolves around a death of some random person in the area, and like how their families interact with the Fisher family, and like what the different dynamics are of the Fisher family.
Because they own the
Fisher and Sons funeral home. Yeah. So it's a great cast, though. Amazing.
Your perspective on that change? So you said you like initially empathized with Claire.
Yeah.
Did you change it all? Like how when we talked about Top Gun when I was a kid, I was like, oh, Maverick's so cool, and now as an adult, I'm like, Maverick's a fucking idiot.
Well, I think
Iceman is right.
So being a dad, like an adult, I pick up on things. I don't want to give away too much of the show, but I pick up on like character traits of the people in the show that become annoying over time.
Okay.
Whereas before I was like, oh, that's just like a quirky personality.
Yeah.
But like, oh, I'm a dad now, and I see this thing that Nate does. Nate's a dad, and what he does sort of annoys me. Or like,
oh, interesting.
David's gay. He's played by Michael C. Hall, Dexter.
Oh yeah.
Great character in the show, but he plays David. David's gay. David's got a boyfriend, Keith, who's like this like handsome, ripped cop.
Yeah.
And their dynamic, I see like where that's toxic. But like when I watched the first time, I think I was like 25 maybe or 20.
You just thought they were hot.
Yeah, I just thought David and Keith were hot, sexy
You were
guys
just into
that
it, yeah.
maybe I'm like maybe one day I'll have a podcast and talk about how fucking sexy and hot they are. But now I think of toxicity in relationships, but they eventually figure it out. The mom though, Frances Conroy, I think in now my 4th rewatch, one of the most underrated actresses ever. I don't know if you guys know who Frances Conroy is. She's been in a lot of stuff. Most recently, I can think of, she was in the 1st season of American Horror Story. Did you watch that?
No.
Yes.
She played. Remember when the dad would look at the housekeeper? She was a sexy redhead, and when the mom looked at her, she was like an old woman with like a lazy dead eye.
Kind of.
That's Frances Conroy, the
Okay.
lady with the lazy dead eye, but phenomenal actress. Richard Jenkins is the father in the show. He was in a lot of great movies, but he was in Cabin in the Woods.
Okay.
And but he's a great actor. But in the plot is that he dies in the very first 3 minutes of the first episode.
Yeah.
And he comes back in almost every episode.
Flashbacks.
Not necessarily flashbacks, but as like either a ghost or a projection of him as the characters would see him.
I'm almost out on this show now.
I think you'll love
I don't
it.
like flashbacks.
It's not flashback.
Very rarely that like a flashback ghost thing is good.
But that's what I mean. I don't think he's a ghost. It would be a conversation happening now
Yeah.
with what the dad would say to them based on how they think the dad perceived them when he was alive.
Okay.
So he's different with everybody. Like with the daughter, he's very loving and nurturing. With David, he's very hard and stern because David took over the business. With Nate, he's like disappointed that Nate went to Seattle and didn't want a part of the business.
Yeah.
But like he's not really there. But it's just the way that they interact with him because that's the way that they interpret their relationship with him.
Okay.
I think you'll like it.
You kind of unsold me on it.
Unsold.
I had it on my list. I was like, I think that would be pretty good.
You're like, you know what? I'm just gonna do Gilmore Girls again.
Yeah, I might just go back and do it.
A lot of gay sex.
Okay, well, I'm back.
Tom's
You got
back.
me. I'm back.
So that's what I'm rewatching, and we're gonna go back into Toronto Rob's least favorite segment, the Gilmore Girls rewatch. Now, Tom, before we say what the segment is, we talk about the segment. Why is he such a shitbomb on this?
Well, so Toronto Rob, right? We talked about this. How Toronto Rob loves the Dawson's Creek, right? And is a big Dawson's Creek fan. And I defended, right, his enthusiasm for Dawson's Creek.
I would call it extreme enthusiasm.
Yeah, extreme enthusiasm. And I think part of what came out of that segment was me talking about how I love Gilmore Girls.
Yep.
Gilmore Girls is a great show. And then he came at me he was like, oh, Gilmore Girls is so boring and stupid. Dawson's Creek is so much better. And then I asked, several LLMs for their opinion. Obviously, Gilmore Girls, much better written show. And Dawson's Creek is kind of like a dumbed down version of, right? Like for people like Toronto Rock.
For fucking dummies.
Yeah, like couldn't quite follow like the snappy dialogue and extensive vocabulary that Gilmore Girls uses. So yeah.
Well, Hollywood said I was wrong on the Logan versus.
Oh really?
Logan versus.
Okay, no. Logan versus Jess.
Logan versus Jess. She said she was a Logan girl.
I mean, Gilmore Girls people are just.
What are you?
Rolling their eyes right now.
Jess.
Oh, you're a Jess fan? Okay.
I said Jess though, right? I picked Jess.
It's Jess the bad boy.
You picked Jess.
I picked Jess.
Jess is the bad boy. Yeah, Jess is the bad boy.
All right, so Tom, tell Lindsay Dean's the
like
fucking
a wine.
dummy.
Dean sucks.
Yeah, Dean's a wine bag.
He needs his.
Hey, what do you even talk to Dean about? Because he's so fucking stupid. Dean's a fucking moron. Yeah. But where are you in the show now? And Lindsay, what do you think about this?
I love that he's watching it, rewatching it. A big supporter. I watched it when it was like live when I was in high school on like Tuesday nights on the CW. My mom and I would watch it together, and because it was a show about like a mother and a daughter, we could bond. And then it also, I do think, was kind of a catalyst for her and I to have some conversations that kind of brought some mother-daughter stuff up. So we really bonded over that.
Lindsay, are you sexually active with a guy that you met in college who may or may not be in the Skull and Bones fraternity?
That specific conversation didn't come up, but I remember watching it, and it's witty and it's funny, and then it's also the mother and the grandmother's dynamic. It's a different perspective of the female
generational trauma, as they call it.
That too.
Exactly.
But I think that when I went away to college, I didn't keep up with it. My mom would still watch it back home, and then I would try to catch up, but I think I lost a little bit of the last couple seasons, so I'm not fully. I mean, I know what happens, but.
Yeah, broad strokes. Well, whereas I'm like in it. Well, I was like you. I had like seen chunks, right? But now I'm like, I have like an encyclopedic knowledge for right now. But because I'm old and I'll forget everything in like a month. But yeah, so I finished it. So I went all the way through.
Okay.
Like 9 million seasons, and then they do a year in the life after.
Which Lindsay admitted before he went live she never saw.
I never saw.
And it's funny that you're a Jess person because the year in the life is like kind of a good look for Jess. Like Jess posthumously looks better, I think, in the year in the life. But yeah, so the year
he didn't die of a heroin overdose.
He did not die of a heroin overdose. No, he gets his shit together. He writes a novel.
Oh, I love that for him. I didn't know that. Tom's giving me all the spoilers. But I want to watch A Year in the Life. My plan was to go back and rewatch all the seasons.
Yes, yeah, that makes sense.
Then watch A Year in the Life because my mom watched it, and she's still. We're like 10 years later. She's still waiting for me to rewatch, so we can talk about it. So I'll get there, Mom. I'll get there. I swear, it's on my to-do list.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if your mom was going to want to talk to you again after we get through the last year of Lindsay. But so besides the Gilmore Girls stuff, so because of Toronto Rob and sort of the needling that we do with Christopher Nolan, we said, hey, the Odyssey comes out next week. He's obviously going to an early premiere. early.
Of course.
He's going to see it before everybody else. But you said you're going to watch it next Friday.
I'm going to watch it next Friday. So the next podcast that we do,
Yeah.
I'll have an extensive review. I'm going. My whole family's going. Actually, my son.
I expect copious notes.
So my son is like trolling me about it now because he knows that I hate Christopher Nolan and he's a shithead. So he is like, oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be the best movie, and so he really wanted to go see it. So then my whole family was like, yeah, we'll all go. So we're all gonna go, and I'll have a lot of. I'm gonna give it a fair and unbiased review.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it because I think I'm definitely going to see it. I don't hate Nolan as much as you at all. I just think some of his movies are wildly overrated. Like he's that guy now that does it. It's like he puts a turd under a light.
Yeah,
and people are
that's
like,
the reaction.
Oh my
to Nolan.
God.
And the thing that drives me nuts too now is because I've done this podcast and talked about bravely how terrible Nolan is.
Yeah.
Like now
Very
I
brave.
get in my feed all these, and you guys have sent me these like clips of like these people who just like, to your point, like just lick his balls. It's like these actors just get on and are like, oh my God, it's like, the air is different around Christopher Nolan. And like, I don't know, just the way he thinks and like, oh my God, I think cancer's gone down since he started making movies and like, it's just nonsense. And so I get all these clips now in my feed and it just makes me like him even less. And he's such like a douchebag about it too. He has this like awful false humility where he's like, I saw like this interview with him where he's like, look, I am like, and obviously the interviewer is like, oh, what does it feel like to be such a genius? He's like, look, I'm not a genius. My perspective that I have is just, I try to have I'm the representative for the audience.
that is such a cock expression or cock thing to say.
So he sucks.
The funniest thing I sent you guys, I think you liked it. Toronto Rob hated it, but it was a tweet, and it was like, Christopher Nolan asked Travis Scott to do a score for The Odyssey.
Yeah.
It's going to play over the closing credits. He's like, that's equivalent to Imagine Dragons doing the closing song for Schindler's List.
Again, this is like people just abandon all their like core principles as
I know.
a person.
Time-
Like Toronto Rob, if I told Toronto Rob that there was like an epic movie, summer
getting him fired
blockbuster
up.
that had like Travis Scott and fucking Tom Holland and Zendaya, and they were gonna do, and it was set in ancient Greece, and they were gonna do the Odyssey, he'd be like, oh, that's the stupidest thing. People can't make movies like this, but because it's Christopher Nolan, he's like, oh, genius, this is such a great idea.
I know he didn't really defend it. He just made some comment about how like a lot of movies do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like get off his back.
Oh, he did it. He did it with Tenet.
Yeah, exactly. He did it with Tenet, which, by the way, I think is a contemporary movie, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, who gives a shit? All right, so we're going to get into some listener feedback and emails. And, Tom, we do have a specific one about your take last week. But email number 1 is called My Buddy is an Idiot. This is from Tyler on Instagram. Why don't you take this one?
All right. So, hey, Bobby and Tom. A few nights ago, my wife and I went on a double date with my best friend and his girlfriend. At some point, his girlfriend, who we like, by the way, starts telling us this long story about how her sister just broke up with her boyfriend of 3 years and is devastated. We got the whole saga: who dumped who, what was said, who unfollowed who, and apparently someone's mom got involved. It was basically a Netflix documentary. Finally, my friend, who had clearly heard this story too many times, reached his emotional breaking point and politely tried to wrap it up by saying, your sister has a great job. She's smart and she's pretty. She'll be fine. At that moment, my friend's girlfriend, who is normally very quiet, turned into Linda Blair from The Exorcist, spun her head in a complete 360 and said, you think my sister's pretty? The entire vibe of the dinner changed. And let's just say neither my wife or I will be going back to that restaurant anytime soon. Now, I heard what he said, and I want to stress, it was in a very let's change the subject tone. But even for me, a guy who puts his foot in his mouth constantly, even I immediately realized he was in deep shit. What do you guys think? Overreaction by the girlfriend, or is my buddy an idiot?
Let Lindsay start with this one.
Yeah.
So, hold on. I was mostly listening, I swear.
You're fucking fired. You're so fired.
That was a long email.
This is why we have
was
you.
long.
This is why we have you once a year.
Yeah.
So basically, this guy goes out for dinner with his wife and his best friend and his girlfriend. The girlfriend starts telling a story about her sister's breakup.
Oh, and the guy called the sister pretty.
He's basically like, she's gonna be fine. She's smart. She's pretty. She's this. She's that. She's gonna be fine. And the sister was all she took from that was, you think my sister's pretty, and it ruined the night.
Oh, no. I mean, I can't relate to that. If someone says my sister's pretty, I'm like, yeah, she's amazing. She's smart. She's beautiful. She's perfect. Like,
Yeah.
I'm team sister.
First of all,
so
Courtney's better than you anyway.
she's
so
the better sister if you had to pick. I'm just the other sister.
her Instagram posts are way better than yours.
She's,
Wow.
And I wonder if she would say the same because she posted something very nice about your sister-in-law today.
Oh, it was our sister-in-law's birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday to her.
Yeah.
But she didn't say anything about you. I'm just saying. She was like, I hit the fucking jackpot with my sister-in-law. My sister, meh, is what she said.
Meh. But when it is my birthday, she posts very nice.
It's true. She's great.
No, so I can't relate to that because if someone says my sister is pretty, I'm going to agree. If someone's like, oh, your friend is pretty, yeah, absolutely. Let's hype up other women. So to get mad about that,
I
that's
agree.
a jealousy issue there. That's on the sisters, not the guy.
Yeah, I think it's pretty innocuous, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. I feel like I can see where the guy Tyler, I think his name is, where he's like I put my foot in my mouth constantly. I can see where that looks like a foot in the mouth situation if it was like her best friend or something. But like saying your sister's pretty, I don't know. I don't think it's a big. I feel like
Also,
it's
he's
more of a
like-
red flag for this seemingly quiet girlfriend.
If he was like constantly talking about her in
Yeah.
a way that was
Right.
like, you know, like
Inappropriate.
What if he's like,
Yeah.
don't look, your sister's smart, she's got a good job, that fucking ass won't quit. Like,
But maybe though, right? Like, given the reaction, maybe there's like he talks about the sister a little too much,
Maybe.
and a little too with like a little too much flattery, and the girlfriend is like, all right, enough, right? Like, we get it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
if there's
Maybe
more
some
to
of
it
that.
and it ruined a whole night, maybe there is something deeper there. But if it's just of passing comment, like, relax.
how about this, Tyler? How about your friend and his girlfriend fucking hate you and your wife, or at least your wife, and they pick fights with each other
Oh,
in
you
public?
think it was staged? I
Well,
like
now that I'm thinking of that, it isn't really that big of a deal. But maybe it was like, we got to get out of here. How are we going to
yeah,
do it?
yeah.
What do you think?
Are you speaking from
Power
experience?
I don't know. I don't go out on double dates much, but have you done that before? Have you ever like hated a couple that you were double dating with? So you find reasons to not go or leave early?
No, I wouldn't put myself in that situation to be that
Yeah, you
uncomfortable.
just
I would
don't
just
know.
deny the invite.
All right, I'm the fucking piece of shit then.
Listen, at my age, I am not putting myself in an uncomfortable situation on purpose.
All right, well,
Yeah, that's
Tyler, sounds like you might want to rethink your girlfriend's situation because she
And
might
if-
be a fucking bitch.
If you're at a restaurant and Bob gets in a fight, you gotta dig a little deeper.
You gotta wonder, like, was this planned? Did he really not want to come? Well, I told Lindsay earlier, we are talking about friends who are like flakes, meaning they'll bail. And I was like, I kind of don't hate it because sometimes I make plans and the minute I make them, I'm like, oh, why did I make that?
Yeah, and then you get the relief.
Yeah,
of the
and you
plans
got
canceled.
that.
I
Yeah.
totally get that. There are times where I'm like, oh, you have plans for the day of, and you're like, if nobody says anything, the plans are off.
Yeah.
We don't have to acknowledge it. Like, I will never be the person that's mad that you cancel on me last minute because I'm just gonna sit home and look like a gremlin.
Yeah, I love it. Tom, well, I'll get into that in a second. But do you...
Get
do
into
you-
what?
You told me last night, you're like, I'm going to sit home and watch rom-coms. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And then I look and you're like out drinking. She's like, I had 3 martinis.
I said I was gonna stay home and just like not go out and not do anything, and then my friend texted me at like 7:30, and she's like, martinis. I was like, see you in 20.
Tom, do you like when people cancel plans on you?
Yeah, generally, I think right. It's like frequently a relief. I mean, it sort of depends on the plans, I guess. Like there are probably a few instances where it's annoying, but for the most part, like yeah, I think that's probably fine.
Yeah.
It's like a relief to it, right?
I don't hate it at all.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one is Tom gets owned by the dishwasher czar. Lindsay,
there
why
we
don't you
go.
take that one?
Oh, that's what I have. Oh God, like blind reading passages.
Which is
gives
why I
me,
gave you
like-
the email like 30 minutes ago.
Well, listen. Did we think I was doing anything but taking selfies over here?
We're going to see what public education has done for our friend Lindsay.
Connecticut public education. Okay. Vito, I could really have helped out with Tom Yells at Cloud segment last week. They run surface pipes to keep your water on, Tom. They
jeez.
can't replace them all at
Where do we
once
fucking go?
or have hundreds of feet of trench open at the same time, my guy. I will agree, as far as the police details go, it's less than ideal. Massachusetts law requires that you ask police first. If they can't fill the request, which happens a lot, then you can bring in a flagging company. Most flaggers aren't people you want to hire in general, let alone directing traffic. So I see his point there. But as far as your basic understanding of civil engineering, I put it on par with your ability to load silverware into the dishwasher. There is a lot of room for improvement. Dishwashers are via text.
Wow.
Okay,
So
first of all,
First of all, a lot of
First of all, this fucking asshole. So let me tell you about this piece of shit who wrote this email. I'm gonna tell you something about him. We were watching The Walking Dead. Okay, so The Walking Dead is a story about zombies. It's a zombie apocalypse show. Okay, so there is not currently, factually, that I'm aware of, a zombie apocalypse, right?
I
That
don't
has
know.
happened in recent history that's been documented. Okay, so this piece of shit is watching this show, and he's like, so you know how people criticize like the wrong things in shows?
Yeah.
So he's watching the show, and he's like, ugh. You know, Rick Grimes or whoever the fuck is getting gas out of a gas station, like whatever it is, like 18 months into the fucking apocalypse, right? And he's like, ugh, that gas would be expired.
He did. He went to explain how the separation of the chemicals.
So this is who we're dealing with, okay? This is exactly who we're dealing with. That's all I need to say about that. And the dishwasher reference, which I think we've mentioned before, is that this piece of shit puts like steak knives like face up because it gets them cleaner and has no care for anybody's safety. Like, you know, dogs will lick shit in the dishwasher. Small children could fall and like stab themselves in the hand. He doesn't give a fuck as long as his steak knives get maximally clean. And he would yell at anybody. And he did the classic move of like pulling each of us aside individually to be like, hey, listen, I know it's not you, but these assholes are putting their silverware in wrong, right?
Yeah.
So that's who we're dealing. So that's
Facts.
fine. That's fine.
This
That's
came
fine.
up exactly a year ago when I was here. I am
See?
having
There you go.
PTSD flashbacks of talking about dishwashers and steak knives
There you
and,
go.
and this guy that you lived with.
Yeah.
He's got opinions of a lot of things,
Yeah.
and as soon that was actually via text. But I was like, you know, we're gonna read this, and he's like, you better read this. He wanted you to know about fucking pipes and trenches.
Well, he gave it to me. He's right.
He's throwing
He
out
agreed though
civil
that
engineering
flaggers are
and-
more.
Yeah, I'm bad at civil engineering. I agree.
They're doing
Got a fucking
construction.
philosophy degree. He's better than me at it.
Yeah, he's better at
with
it.
this civil engineering.
There was so down the road. There's a church, and they're doing it's like a 3-way stop, and they're doing construction by the church. They're digging the road up, and it wasn't a cop. It was just a flagger, as he pointed out. It was like I was at a line of cars that was stopped. He let 2 cars go. He waved me through because it was just 2 cars. And as he waves me through, he doesn't realize that the guy on the other end is also waving like the big Verizon truck through.
Yeah.
So there's like the stop, go, stop. So I'm in the fucking middle of the intersection, and the Verizon guy in the big truck with the bucket, he's got his arms out the window, and I'm like, do you think I fucking wanted to go?
It's not ideal. It's not ideal, but
Yeah, it's not ideal. So like they're fucking morons. So at least he agreed there. But yeah, he did not appreciate your take on the trenches.
That's fine. I
So
can live with that.
So I guess that's what he has to say. So the next one's called Dick Pills. I'll take this one.
Okay, I bet you will.
Can
Bet you
relate.
have.
Can relate. Actually, I picked this email because I want to get everyone's take on it.
Okay.
Bear and Vito. I have what I would describe as a pretty good situation. Not Hall of Fame good, not they're making a documentary about it good, just dependable. I've seen all these commercials for Viagra, Cialis, and now getting banner ads for Blue Chew or the new Blue Chew Gold. They make it sound like every guy over 40 should have a prescription tucked into their bed at night. Which got me thinking, is it a terrible idea to start taking it even if I don't technically need it? This isn't because anything is wrong. It's more like putting premium gas in a car that runs fine. Sure, regular me gets it where I need to be, but if premium gets me there a little quicker and with more confidence, is that bad? My wife doesn't seem to think it's an issue. In fact, she's repeatedly told me that everything is fine, but isn't that exactly what someone would say if they don't want to hurt your feelings? I've also heard stories about a guy who took one just to see what happens and then spent the next 4 hours trying to avoid eye contact with strangers. What are your thoughts? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, or the PED era in baseball was the best. James on Instagram. I've never taken it, but I have worried, like, if you take it and you don't need it, does it become a dependency?
It's like TRT.
Yeah, exactly. Because you
Your
can't
body
rebuild
stops
it.
Creating it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it works, but
Do you?
I also feel like I've heard horror stories about people who take it who don't need it just to experiment and then like it goes awry, like bad side effects.
What's that? Priapism or something?
Dick
You
falls off.
Your dick falls off. Falls off, runs away.
Oh my god, wait, is that a thing?
Yeah, hangs out with the czar all the time. Wait, have you ever been with a guy who's been on it? Openly, I guess.
Yes.
Was it Hans?
No.
Because he was about to die of a heart attack. Did you know so you knew he was on it?
Yeah.
Did he need it?
No.
So he just.
Yeah, and that was my question. Was like, why? Like, it's fine. You're taking this for you?
Do I
not
know
for
this
me.
person?
No.
Okay. So many questions I have. But what was the experience like? Like, was it that much better?
No. If he hadn't told me, I wouldn't have known. So on his end, I'm like, does it do something different for you that you're?
Well, I
like
picked
you
up on
need
the
it.
email. He mentions the Blue Chew Gold, so I actually had to look into that. So the regular Blue Chews and stuff like that, they don't actually make you aroused. They just get you ready if you are. but the gold has something in there that actually like fucks with your dopamine, so you're like super horned up when you take it. So I don't know.
Seems like it could be a problem.
That seems like it could be a problem
Yeah.
because I know people who take like Adderall or any sort of stimulant, you get like dopamine depletion if you waste too much of it.
Yeah, if
and
you have a
eventually
spike, you have a corresponding.
exactly. So like if that stuff, if the gold is fucking with your dopamine to get like all horned up, I could see a situation where like the normal things that get you horned up don't, like the definition of a gateway drug.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know,
Yeah.
like you need something now. You need something else.
Well, I wonder if there's like a psychological aspect to it too, though, right? Like the guy feels more confident if he's
Oh, yeah.
on it, right?
True. I'm almost like, why do men do this? Why do you overthink this? If it's working and your wife's fine, just fucking.
Well, maybe Bluetooth should just start sponsoring Tom and I, and
Yeah.
then we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll do a taste test.
The taste test.
We'll do a taste test. Okay, so the final email is TV in the bedroom. This is from Kendra on Gmail.
right.
This is a long one, Tom, but something that has actually crept into my life. So I'm curious what you think.
Ooh, wow. Okay. Hello, gentlemen. My husband and I are buying a new house, and we've reached an impasse. He wants to put a TV in the bedroom. I do not. I want to stress in our current home, while we have multiple TVs, we do not have one in our room. He says it'll be nice to watch movies before bed. I say that's how it starts. First, it's let's watch one episode. Then it's 3 episodes, 2 playoff games, 1 documentary about ancient Rome that somehow turns into a 4-hour YouTube rabbit hole about the Titan submarine. Anywho, he insists we'll only use it occasionally, but that's exactly what he said when he bought the air fryer. And now we now own 3 different kinds of tongs specifically for the air fryer. His latest argument was hotels have TVs in the bedroom. Yes, because I'm not trying to build an emotional connection with the Marriott. I asked him why he even needs another TV. We already have one in the living room, one in the basement, one in the garage. I'm pretty sure if I open the microwave door, I'll start playing Netflix. He looked at me with complete sincerity and said, but what if we're already in bed and want to watch something? What if we're already in bed and want to, I don't know, sleep, talk, read, ignore each other in peaceful silence? I know exactly what this TV will become. Every Sunday, I'll roll over at 8:30 in the morning to hear a pregame show discussing backup punters while I don't think the pregame shows talk about that, but while my husband whispers, don't worry, I'll keep the volume down, as if the flashing lights every 4 seconds are somehow relaxing. He says I'm overreacting. Maybe I am. So tell me, am I being unreasonable for wanting one room in the house where the only thing we binge is 8 hours of sleep? Or should I accept that before long, I'll be falling asleep to the soothing sounds of men arguing about fantasy football? Sincerely, Kendra on Gmail.
What do you think about this?
I am anti-TV in the bedroom.
Okay.
I agree. Hard agree.
I actually, my ex did not let us have a TV in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And it was because, just like she said, emotional connection, all this stuff. Yet,
How's that working out for you?
no, exactly. Now we're fucking divorced. That's it, exactly. The other thing
Sorry,
is like,
you said-
I am curious, and the reason I'm only bringing this up is we were both on our fucking phones.
Yeah.
All the time. There's some statistic, and I think 75% of statistics are made up on the spot, but it's like 80-something% of couples, the last thing they see before bed is not their partner's face, it's their phone.
Yeah.
So TV in the bedroom or phone, it's more of like the distractions
I
just
think
in
phone in the
general.
bedroom is probably bad too.
Probably bad. I have to say, I have a TV in my room. I do not watch it while it's bedtime because those flashing lights fuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I could be like, oh, I'll just put on WrestleMania 6 and I'll just like listen to the audio.
That's soothing.
Though the flashing lights keep me awake, so I can't do it. I hate a TV in my bedroom, but I do have one.
No, I feel like you need to like cut screens before bed and not have that overstimulation and.
So you're not watching porno with someone. You're not watching Grease 1978, John
That's
Travolta.
not what I'm doing before bed. No.
With a gentleman?
No.
Even if he has Bluetooth Gold?
I don't live with a gentleman. So I am alone starfishing in my bed. I put my
Is that
phone
a
on my
sexual
nightstand. No, that's
I
like
know.
I sleep like a douche in the middle of a king size bed because I'm not married.
You starfish it.
Oh, I starfish. Well, lately I can't, if you know what I mean.
We're
But
going to get into
I-
those. We're going to get into those reasons.
Under normal circumstances, I am a starfisher.
I'm a diagonal guy.
What? That's psychotic.
I like
You go
diagonal.
diagonal across the bed?
Yeah. Yes, because obviously it's the longest part of the bed, and I have her in there who's like always on like the left or the right
Her,
of my feet.
he's pointing to the dog, by
Oh, yeah,
the way.
not Lindsay.
Not me.
I'm pointing at the dog. So
Sadie is in the corner.
Sadie will always be on the left or the right of my feet. So if I stay on my side, right, because my side
Yeah.
is like the right side, she'll basically like pin me against that side. I can't move any further to that. So if I start diagonal, she can either take the corner that I'm not occupying by my feet or the corner by my head.
Got it.
And I have more opportunity to kind of move around.
Yeah.
That's what I do. But yeah, TV in the bedroom, not good.
No, I agree. I think
Yeah.
Do you have one?
No. I don't. I won't do the TV in the bedroom. I think it's same idea. It's distracting. I try to get away from my phone as much as possible. I've experimented with like putting it, like using like an old school alarm clock, or just putting it on the other side of the room. But I go back and forth with that because it's like, your phone's addictive.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we have Lindsay. She's been back a year. So what we're going to do, and Tom kind of got his clouds out by yelling at dishwasher czar and saying how Christopher Nolan can suck his cock. We're going to get into story time with Bobby Vito, but with Lindsay. So because we love the continuity, we're going to give you the theme song.
Okay.
I tune my guitar to a broken heart's key. Pull up a stool and take a long look at me. I wore my best shirt with a mustard stain, trying to dance in a hurricane. Met a lady named Clara at the 5 and dime. I checked my watch and I lost my mind. I told her she looked like a dream I once had. Then I realized the dream was actually quite bad. Oh, it is story time.
Tits McGee.
Oh my God.
Where the finish line was before I begin. I shave carpet and ask you the time. Searching for a story, no reason, no rhyme. If I am losing, then I am losing. With a smirk, I guess
Tits McGee.
might be true.
All right. It is story time with Tits McGee. How good is that?
That was a great edit. That's funny. You cracked yourself up.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but like I put the mic. Tom knows this. I shut the mics off during the songs, and I was like, I did that so Tom wouldn't think I was doing anything, and then I slowly turned them back on because I was like, I want to know what she's gonna do when this happens. I did that quick edit while you were putting your makeup on for the camera.
Oh, okay.
All right, so it's story time with Lindsay. Lindsay, you came a year ago. We did that great game with getting back on the apps while you were here. We had a bunch of dudes reach out, but there was a guy, and we'll pick up here. There was a guy that you were talking to, and you were like, if he plays his cards right, maybe something will happen. We, meaning I, affectionately named him Mint Chocolate Derek. And when you went home, I think 24, 48 hours later, it was over with Mint Chocolate Derek. What happened?
It was over the next day. I think I summarized this a little bit, so I want to make sure I get this right. It was a full year ago, like almost year to date, that I was here last July. And he was the reason that I had gotten off Bumble. We had formed this nice connection, and I was like, you know what, I don't need to keep looking. This feels good right now for the summer. But we were on different pages about the pace of the relationship. Our attachment styles were different. It was just really coming to a head. So we ended things literally the next day, and then kept in contact a little. We tried again later in August, and it just was never going to be the right thing for us.
Can I ask, like, when you say the styles were different, the timing was wrong, what type of things was he into that you just weren't ready for?
I think he is a person that wants the person he's with around all the time. And I get that. If you like this person, you want to be with them, you want to spend a lot of time with them. It's just in a different stage where he was like looking for the one. It is looking for the one. And I didn't feel like that person was me. So I was kind of pulling back more. And that, I wouldn't call myself an avoidant attachment, but I was becoming an avoidant.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
And it felt like he was kind of coming on a little bit more anxious. And I don't know if that's how he would describe himself, but that combo is not good.
He was kind of a Dean.
He was kind of, it sounds like a
little bit
Dean.
of a Dean, not a Jess. I'm not sensing Jess energy.
No, not Jess energy. No, that's accurate. But he's not a bad guy. And interestingly enough, we didn't turn into anything, romantically.
Yeah.
In the long run, but he has become a good friend of mine. We are still in contact a year later. He's dating someone else, and all through the winter, we kind of like kept in touch as friends. And if he was going to go out on a date, because he's someone my age with kids in a co-parenting dynamic, and so to have that kind of like sounding board of the other gender being like, I went on a date and it went like this, like what's your interpretation? And then I could do that for him. He helped me through a couple like I was confused, rough spots, and he's like, I'm going to lay it out for you. Like, this is what's happening. And so we've just formed this friendship. I haven't seen him in a long time. He's dating someone else because we follow each other on Instagram, and he looks really happy. So, like...
Is he still wearing mint chocolate chip shirts?
I think he might be, yeah.
I picked nicknames for people based on the outfits they wear or like the faces they have.
Yeah.
And he seemed fine, but he was mint chocolate chip Derek. He had like a mint green polo with black shorts.
Something like that,
fucking
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But I can relate to sort of like the avoidance situation, because if you're just out of something, and I know obviously with Hometown J and a bunch of stuff that you weren't necessarily single for a long time, there is that idea of like, if you're not ready and somebody is overly ready, your reaction becomes to be like, eek, I'm kind of out of this.
Yeah.
But also too, two people I still talk to today was people I met on the apps that were completely maybe romantic at the time, maybe, but not now at all. But I really enjoy talking to them.
Yeah.
Pharmacist Pam and Katie the Muse, where even if I just text them every like couple months or say what's going on and we catch up, they're just like really good people. I actually met some really good people there,
Yeah.
even not romantic. So I actually see how that goes. But from there, right?
Oh, God.
From there,
What's next?
we were like,
This always feels like just a fucking, like I'm lined up at the crosshairs.
yeah, that's about right. You're in a corral right now. So you end it with mint chocolate Derek.
He ended it, to be clear.
Yeah.
I will clarify again that I pulled back and said, hey, we need to just slow this down. And he was like, all or nothing. You give me an ultimatum, it's nothing.
It's nothing. Hear that, everybody? Don't ultimatum her unless you can find.
Unless you're done. You know?
Unless you're done, or you can find sort of like the what's that? What's I'm giving her? I'm giving her two shitty options.
Oh yeah,
And I want her to leave.
yeah.
Oh, okay. You think he was pushing me away?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't think he was, no.
Okay, so from there, you kind of go back on a tear, and we're back on the apps, and we're
yeah.
reaching toxicity level.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us about some of the guys. I wrote down the cop.
Oh, no, that's not necessary.
All right. So, but the toxic part. So who did you meet then? What did you kind of go through? What were the age ranges of these gentlemen? What's going on?
So after that was so in the fall, early fall, I tried to date age appropriately, like as evidenced by Mint Chocolate Derek and the guy that was 50. Like I gave it a good try to be like, what on paper should I be matching with? And it just wasn't working that way. So I lowered the age filters a bit and entered a little bit of a, what I'm going to call a Charlize Theron era. I don't know what you guys would call it. Matched with someone who was younger by a
It's your pedophile.
a decade. No,
it's your
that's
pedophile.
exactly what we're not calling it. These men were of age. They were well above drinking age as well, like all legal here for anyone listening. I matched with a guy that was a little more than a decade younger than me. And it turned out to be the absolute most toxic thing I've ever been a part of in my life.
What? How so?
It was from the beginning manipulative and love bombing and that like push-pull dynamic, the like coming on really strong and really sweet and then disappearing for a few days and then coming back and like knowing exactly what he was doing too when he like pulled back and then, comes back around, you get that like dopamine hit of like, oh, he didn't lose interest again. And it was such games, and I let it happen a little bit because I'm like, well, I'm not going to marry this guy. We're not going to be seriously dating. And like when we were together, it was enjoyable. But again, that's all part of like the manipulation. And I had never dated anyone like that in my 20s, and I was married through most of my 30s. So like these dating
Does that
games,
make you 40?
Shh. Yes.
I just want to check.
41 technically.
Okay.
So I had never really experienced that. And the guys that I had met from dating apps that were around my age really weren't doing that. So this was that first glimpse into that, like, I don't know if he's millennial or Gen Z, but like what dating is like for that generation. Fuck, it's toxic.
Yeah. Now, okay, so I don't remember. Do we have a name for him? Did we pick a name for him?
Oh, we don't have a name for him. I don't know what, I mean.
I think we're talking about the same guy. So I want to talk
He's
about
not the cop. The cop is not toxic. The cop is not the brightest bulb you'll ever meet, but he's not a bad guy.
But I want to talk about a guy that you dated after him, and he seemed great. You might have actually even committed a felony together. I don't remember if that's the same guy.
Wait,
Where you were gonna go steal some property back.
Oh, no.
That's it.
So after this toxic 29-year-old
Yeah.
hit the fan, I then was like, okay, you know what? Actually, that was not good either. Let me try to go back. So an age-appropriate 45-year-old dad of 2 sons, like in a very nice neighborhood, like had a good IT job, owns multiple properties. Like, yes, this is the person. I should be leveling up to date this kind of man. Well, those type of men come with issues you don't know about till you're too far into it.
But was he the fun guy where you're out on a date and you're talking about certain things that happened in your old relationship?
Yeah,
And
I can tell this story.
Tell the story. Because when I'm hearing the story, I know everything chronologically. So the first thing I hear about this guy is this.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to what happens. So
Okay, this is the point where if any of my family members are listening, what is the time mark? Cut it off.
We're at the 50-minute,
50-minute family turn away. If you love me, don't listen to this part. So there was a guy that I matched with around before Thanksgiving. And while this toxic 29-year-old was still kind of coming and going in my life, matched with this guy. We go on a couple great dates. Oh, this is the one that Natasha and her husband Joe crashed the first date of.
Yeah.
Yes. He needs a name. What's his name? I can't think of a name. We'll have to. We'll call him. I want to call him the Christmas Chicken because that.
We'll call him Christmas Chicken's good.
Christmas Chicken. So we go out on a couple really good dates. He meets my friend kind of by default because she crashed the date. He planned some really cute dates downtown. So we're getting close to Christmas time. It's December, and he's like, I have a date. And knowing that, like, I had said I love the holidays and stuff, he's like, I'm going to pick you up. We're going to go look at Christmas lights. We're going to get hot chocolate on the way. And it's just this adorable seasonal date.
Sounds like a real pussy, Tom.
This is date 5, by the way. So date 5, and nothing has happened in the bedroom. He has not been in my house yet. So we're going through this Christmas light display, and I'm telling him how I have yard Christmas decorations, and I had a Christmas chicken. It was a light up chicken, and shortly after a breakup with somebody who has been previously discussed, my
Hometown
Christmas chicken disappears from my front lawn, and I have no proof of who it is. I think I know who it is.
Who would steal a Christmas chicken?
Who would steal a Christmas chicken?
A 3.
Oh, he's down to a 3 now. He was
a 4. Fuck. A 4.
A 4. So this guy that I'm on the date with says, well, where does he live? Like, let's go drive by his house and see if the Christmas chicken is out there.
Wow.
So far, by the way, I'm hearing the story. I'm like, this guy sounds kind of fucking awesome.
Is he going to put the Christmas chicken out, though? I mean, yeah.
Well, we didn't know. Yeah. So I literally had to, like, think of what his address was and was like, oh, God, where? I don't even remember he lives. It's been over a year since I've been to that house. We drive by. This guy I'm on date number 5 with. We drive by my ex-boyfriend's house to see if he stole my Christmas chicken and put it in his own. I am like hiding in the front seat. It was adorable. It was cute. It was funny. It was seasonal. It was like rom-com. Yeah. Like, I'm loving this. So I decided.
Who's playing you in the rom-com?
It's a Netflix movie.
Charlize Theron?
Oh, fuck.
Probably not because this guy's age appropriate.
Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan, definitely.
Okay, all right. Could be. So at that point, I think like, okay, I'm interested. Like, I'm hooked. I want to date him. He's fun. He's done all of this. He's planned these great dates. He communicates well. We understand co-parenting together. And I'm thinking like, okay, in my head, and girls do this. There's a point in time where they're like, okay, now I'm going to take this to the next step. And this guy has just green-lighted all of that. So we go back to my house. How involved
all right,
do you want
so
this
Lindsay's
story
family,
to be?
we're now at 53 minutes-ish. So if you want to shut it off now, it's probably good. I'll let you know when you can come back.
Yeah. So we go upstairs. We start to undress. Like, I'm thinking, like, this is good. This feels good here. And then I realized that maybe he should have been the type to take those pills that you were talking about earlier. And not only maybe take those pills, maybe some enhancement pills of sorts, because it wasn't there. I didn't know what to do. It was awkward. I've never been in that situation before.
Is he acknowledging this? Is he like, I don't know what's going on?
Yeah,
hey,
like,
sorry.
yes, which almost made it more awkward.
Oh, no.
It'd be better if he was like Damone from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. It's like, isn't this great?
Yeah.
Like, he's just telling you how great it is.
Neither one of us really knew what to do. I tried to be, gracious and be like, it's not a big deal.
It's a big deal. Have you experienced that before ever? Not necessarily the hardness, but like I've heard girls throw in the term micropenis, which is obviously a clinical thing. But is that what you would call it?
Yes. Exactly. So the double wham, I had never experienced either of those. So the double together was like, you gotta go.
Yeah.
I have not seen the man since.
Wow. So as he's leaving, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's in the driveway. He's pulling away, but Lindsay's all fucking turned up from the chicken. So what are you doing?
I went down a toxic road.
Oh yeah.
And I texted the toxic 29-year-old.
Oh no.
Just to talk.
I just said I miss you.
And then what?
He said I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Wow. And he was there in 5, which is wild.
He went to the bullpen.
He was a cop, so he put his blues
No,
on.
not the cop.
Oh, not
Do
a cop.
not
Not the cop.
confuse the
Yeah.
two.
Not a cop.
Maybe those two should team up.
Maybe they should.
And the guy,
my God,
the
I
guy
would
can do
die.
the dates, and then he hands it off to the 29-year-old.
I think a spinoff
he
of
closes the deal.
well, I think a spinoff of Divorce with Friends will be Lindsay's exes,
Yeah.
and it's going to be just a podcast of all these
God.
people that she shit on. It's like this guy's got a small dick. This guy says words wrong, which we'll get into in a minute.
Oh, no.
All right, so you end it. How do you end it with the cop? With the toxic
Stop
guy?
saying the
Sorry.
cop.
'Cause how do you end it with the 29-year-old?
So first of all, let me say that the Christmas chicken guy, we had a conversation. We both were just like, hey, not gonna. It ended on fine terms. He kind of apologized, and I said like, hey, maybe the holidays aren't a great time. Maybe we kind of come back to this in January, and we both knew we were just never going to.
Yeah.
So anyway, I didn't just like kick him out and be done.
You knew when he said like, well, maybe we'll pick this up in January. It was like one of those things like, I'll see you soon. I'll call you later. Like
Yeah.
you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 29-year-old, that that ended around Christmas time with a crash out call to you
Yep.
and blocking him,
Yeah.
unfollowing him, blasting him on the girls' Facebook group of "Are we dating the same guy?"
Fucking
Absolutely.
Didn't you find he was though? He was like people knew who he was.
Oh yeah, like a dozen plus women were like, he's manipulative. He did the same thing to me. Like he's a piece of shit.
Wow.
One girl commented, he's so messed up. His brain should be donated to science.
Fucking chicks are brutal.
No. The way men treat women is brutal, and then we just call it out.
So how did you get from him to Max Cady, who we'll call Knuckle Tat Tommy?
Knuckle tat Tommy, holy shit.
This is still in your toxicity days.
No, this was like sometime between Thanksgiving and Christmas, when Christmas chicken was out, 29-year-old, whatever. Knuckle tat Tommy. We had a
It's like
great
love-hate tattooed on his knuckles.
No, it wasn't that. I forget what it
Can't
said.
stop, won't stop, or something fucking stupid.
It was definitely words. I can't remember what they were, but it was like letters across.
Live, love, laugh.
He was fun. We had a great first date. We had a first coffee date. It was great. Like the vibe was there.
He had a criminal record.
I didn't know that at the time.
He didn't mention that on the coffee date.
And
The knuckle tats weren't enough. I gotta see this for myself.
pretty much, I was like, let me see. In person, he was personable. He was tall and handsome, easy to converse with. And by the end of the date, we were like, yeah, we'd like to have like a real, actual, like dinner date. So it wasn't until a little bit later on that I found out.
Called his PO and he made sure that
Can I get out of town? Can I leave? He's like,
he got his ankle bracelet updated. And yeah, he's good.
No, misdemeanor stuff.
he's standing in his, like he can't leave his front lawn, so he's got like 1 foot. He's got 1 foot like in the driveway, and he's leaning forward.
Not that bad. He's not a bad guy.
He's probably not a bad guy. And Tom and I read an email that was written by a friend for this, but he did something that was in that email that we talked about. He's the Valentine's Day guy.
Yeah, I'm a big. You need to pronounce words
Ooh,
right.
yeah,
He's the
that's
Valentine's Day guy.
Don't pronounce Valentine's wrong. Don't pronounce espresso wrong as espresso. It's espresso.
Espresso. Is the song espresso or is the song espresso?
Espresso.
So she's not doing it wrong.
No.
So when Tom and I read that email, and I knew the background of the story, everybody who heard that, Tom included, was like, he's got to go.
Yeah.
When you heard Valentine's Day, are you like he's joking? He's being cutesy?
I thought it was like, I didn't know what to do. I just knew that it wasn't right, and it was like nails on a chalkboard. And also like that was the final straw for me, because there were a couple things that had come up before about like how we felt about like the relationship and meeting each other's kids or not, where he was putting some pressure on me to meet his son. And I'm like, it's been 2 months. I'm not meeting your son. That's not okay with me. That's not how I do things.
Yeah.
And then he brought it up again. And I was like, you're not listening to me.
Yeah. Can I ask, is he the type of person who you could have like made it into a joke while pointing out that he said Valentine's instead of Valentine's, or would he have been very defensive about that?
I don't think I knew him well enough to know that. I don't think a joke would have gone over well. I think it would have been insulting.
Yeah.
And I actually like hope he doesn't listen.
He did it
I
twice though, right?
I think he knows that was the
Smash
final
the tables
straw.
with his knuckle tattoos.
Wait, you know shit. Valentine's. Didn't he do it twice though? Like he said it one time and you're like, maybe that was a mistake.
Yeah.
And then he asked you how your Valentine's was and you're like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Knuckle tats.
We're out of-
We gotta fucking go.
We're out.
We gotta wrap
We're
this
out.
shit up, B.
Yeah. I just, there were other things that I couldn't get past, and I felt like he wasn't listening to me. And
He
that's
called
a
it
huge-
Alzheimer's and you're like, all right, seriously, dude.
that I just couldn't look past when I feel like I'm not being heard. And then when he did that, I was like, okay, we gotta wrap this up.
All right, so we'll call that rock bottom-ish.
No.
But like a phoenix, you rise and you go into your back to Charlize Theron mode.
Oh.
Yeah.
But which could have started toxic, maybe did or didn't become that, but it's now not. So why don't we take us through sort of the last phase of where we've been over the last couple months?
Yeah. So coming out of that, around Valentine's
It's Valentine's
Day, I could feel myself getting into this like man-hater phase again after like the toxic thing and the cop, although not a bad guy, not a thing that was going to develop. The issue with the guy who should have taken pills, the pressure to meet someone's kids, the everything over the summer with Mint Chocolate Derek and not working out. I was really in this.
I'm so
like,
proud of that name, by the way.
That's a great
Mint
name.
Chocolate Derek.
That's a great name. I could feel myself like detaching from men and dating and getting back into what I kind of present as like this kind of like man hater. I don't need a man. I'm the father figure, independent woman. And I met someone who just, without even knowing that he was going to just like dissolve all of that in me. I didn't expect it. And I didn't expect to match with someone his age, and I didn't expect it to go. I don't even know what to say.
We'll call him Prestone. So I can relate to what you just said about melting away the anti-male. Not that I'm pro male or against male, but I can understand the idea of like you're in a situation and things just don't feel like they did when you were 20, right? Like the relationships you don't get those butterflies. Maybe there's a reason, right? Like maybe you like me where you confuse chaos with love, where you like that. But he's showing you some part of you that you thought was dead, right?
Yeah.
And it's back now.
Yeah, pretty quickly. He and the thing about it that like doing some reflecting on is it wasn't like I had a wall up and he had to take it down. The wall was just never there with him. Like from the beginning, our first date was like 4 hours. It was adorable. I was like smitten. I was smiling. I like left and texted my friends how cute he was, and like that I hadn't had that feeling in, I mean, probably since I was in my 20s. I hadn't had that in my post-divorce dating. I don't think I even really felt that feeling on the first date of the guy that I married. So like those feelings just like being so present at the surface of me when I could feel myself getting into this like man-hater phase, like it threw me off. I was like, oh, I didn't see this coming. I didn't expect any of it, especially someone his age and like his life status it just was a mind fuck to me, to be honest.
And it sounded like from the stories that you mentioned to me, it sounded like even though there was plans for him to leave, that maybe things would work out differently, but then they didn't. So why don't you take us through sort of like the heartbreak of how that ended?
Yeah, I think that there was this like delusional hopefulness that like, because we both did get attached, we spent a lot of time together, we got to know each other pretty well. And I think we didn't acknowledge what was actually happening in reality and kind of living in this fantasy land of like, these feelings can keep going and what if it does work out? And stepping back, I should have been the adult in the situation to be like, logically, this doesn't work out. You need to go live your life and do amazing things and be great. And my life is here and this is what I have going on. and we never had that like hard conversation, and it just ended with him literally moving out of state one day and me being like, what the fuck just happened? How did I have this like great feeling of happiness and it just like slipped through my fingers?
Yeah. You had seen him for a couple months, and I think you called me, obviously, and I think we talked for like 2.5 hours. And I remember telling you, and I believe this because I think about you a lot, Tom. I think about Tom a lot, but I think about Tom in this story because I remember thinking about how my mentality of it in being in my 20s, let's just say, and not having the toolkit to deal with certain situations. So like when you, for example, were starting to go through your divorce at the beginning, I would have purposely wanted to be more mindful and more with you in the moment, but I had nothing to relate it to. Meaning like I didn't know how bad when things get bad, what does that really mean? When things are good, what does that really mean? And I think when you told me that story, my argument was like his life experience wasn't where your life experience was. Like your definition is just different. So like with what Tom needed at that time, I wasn't mentally prepared for because I couldn't understand it. But on the flip side, when I started going through it, Tom was like my rock because he fucking knew what was happening and it could explain it to me and be there for me. And now, not that I ever want you to go through it again or anybody else, but I would have those tools now that I didn't have because at the time I just didn't get it. Those words didn't have the same impact or meaning on me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't fault him in any way for like having those feelings and expressing them, and I express them back. Like in the moment they felt true and they felt real. And I am actually so grateful that it happened and that he came into my life and that we crossed paths, because it showed me that I do have that capability to show up that way in a relationship post-divorce and post all the bad dates that I've been on. That like that lover girl is still inside of me somewhere, and the fact that he brought it out so easily in me, it just gives me hope that at some point I can have that again with somebody maybe slightly older with slightly more life experience, and we can not be maybe a little so delusional about it.
Sure.
But I am grateful that, you know, he really did show me a side of me that I think I had tried to push down.
Well, I want to talk about a side of you that is new and you can't push it down. After this all happened, now I want to stress this was already in the works before this happened, but talk about feeling differently, things feeling differently. What's new and different about you?
New and different about me. I recently had a breast augmentation.
That's right, she did. That's right. How much? So how long was this in the
Bobby's
works?
just verified.
I want to verify it.
Nice to see
Bobby's
that.
got questions.
Yeah.
I have never seen them, by the way.
I mean,
We're
this
friends.
has been a long time in the works since, you know, pregnancy and having kids and weight fluctuation and breastfeeding and all the things that women go through.
Hating their tits.
You know, just thinking things don't look how they used to, or
So let's make them look completely different than they ever looked before.
Hey, you know what? The option is
While
out
you're in
there.
there, you might as well.
Yes. No shit. So, all right. So you've been planning this for a while. Can I ask,
Yeah.
how much does a boob job cost?
It can range depending what kind of surgery you get.
What
and
country you go to get it done?
country. I stayed in the country in Connecticut, went down to Fairfield County, and so went with a little bit more of an expensive doctor that, you know, does all the Fairfield County moms. But I would say it can range from like $8,000.
Those whores.
What?
Those whores.
It can probably range from like $8,000 to $12,000.
Is that per boob?
No, all inclusive of those.
Okay.
Pretty good deal.
I mean, they put you under anesthesia. Like, it's a full
So that's fun.
procedure.
How do you pick? I want to go. Like, how do you go there and you show them what you got,
Yeah.
and they try to talk you out of it or no?
Oh, that's-
No, the surgeon absolutely not.
Well, because
No.
I know if you want to go to get like rhinoplasty or you want to get some face augmentation, I
You
think
honestly didn't watch the show Nip Tuck.
I did. They
Right?
that one of the guys, not the guy who's dead, not him, but the other guy was always like, "Just want to let you know you're beautiful as is." Like they
Yeah.
almost wanted to be like, I'm sure maybe it's just lip service, but they were like, "We'll do this with your consent, but just so you know, you're perfect the way you are." Did you get that?
No, this guy was such a professional.
Yeah,
He
cash
was
or,
like,
cash or charge.
yeah. He was like, you know, based on your height and your frame, and they measure like your shoulder width, and so they tell you what other people with my dimensions have gotten for sizes, and then they have this visual imaging kind of thing where they take.
I
a
have that
picture
too. It's
of
called
you.
Pornhub.
They take this like visual image of you and show you what different sizes could look like on you.
Is it like your face, like virtually, like let me see some triple Fs, and it's like just Lindsay's face, like on a computer with like triple Fs.
No, No, it's not quite like that. It's an actual picture of like you topless, and then they like enhance to show you this is what this size could look like or this size. It's a pretty involved process. It's not like you show up one day and you're like, hey, put some implants in here.
Oh yeah.
It's consults.
Are there different textures of inserts? Like, can you get different fluids? I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, different. There's silicone or what's the other one?
Concrete?
No.
Bag of sand?
That's if you go out of country.
That's right.
Saline. I think it's saline.
The concrete ones.
Bag of sand. You touch a woman's breast.
There are different like products of implants too. And so a good doctor will walk you through, here are your options. This is what this will be like. Do you do over the muscle, under the muscle, depending on like what your kind of body makeup is like. And the surgeon that I worked with had all the answers to all my questions.
I have some questions, so you can leave that number here. Okay. When, all right. So what's
surgeon?
For the surgeon. I have some questions.
Probably a catch.
Is there maintenance required to these?
So you will need a second surgery, like 10 to 15 years.
Another AK?
Yeah, it would be another full surgery.
Okay. What are they? So in 10 years you'll be 50. Those will be good till you're 60. Then what?
I mean, you just keep.
Sounds like a roof on a house.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. It's not a lifetime guarantee.
Could they pop?
Not the kind that I have.
Nice.
No.
Nice.
They won't. I think that's like a concern from the 90s that they would like pop and leak and like infect you. These are like multiple layers of. That's not going to happen.
Okay. All right. I like that. What does your family think of it?
They were supportive.
Mainly your dad.
Mainly my dad. So my parents came down with me, and my mom actually drove me to surgery. And when I told her, she was like, "If this is something you want to do, I will support you." She said that you're beautiful as you are. I said, "Yeah, no, I never said I was ugly. I have small boobs."
I'm not arguing.
So she came with me, was right there. I remember opening my eyes after surgery and recovery and just looking and seeing my mom and being like, I'm so glad you're here. Like, I'm alive, right? Like, that wasn't a dream. And having her support meant a lot to me. My dad didn't know what to do with himself the day of surgery, so he power washed my house.
That's awesome.
But he was there and supportive and, immediately into, like, logistical, like, what do you need? Do you have your meds? If you can't lift anything, like, carrying things around the house for me. So they were supportive. I'm sure the new boobs are getting you much more male attention, maybe some female attention too. Is it like is it a contagion with your friends where now they want them? I have friends that have had it done. I'm not the first. I've had.
Can you leave their names and numbers?
Yes, sure. I have two friends actually who have had lifts. So no implants, just their boobs just lifted after having kids.
The clinical term was they had longies.
So they have, a reduction and a lift to kind of put everything back up where it goes and not add anything. So there's no silicone implant in there. So I think it's a little more common than you think it is for some women to hit this point in life being like, I want to change something about me and I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Sure. Listen, I fully support you, much like your bra is doing right now. So thank you for telling that story. As far as the recovery, was it 2 weeks you said you were laid up?
I was out of work for 2 weeks, but there's a lifting restriction. You can't lift anything over 5 pounds for 6 weeks, I think it is. I have stitches underneath, so like those are healing, but everything is going well. Yeah,
I've seen some good boob jobs at the strip club, but you do see the stitches, you see the line.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? Pain is beauty, as they say.
It sure is.
Is there anything else that has been going on in the last year? I think that basically covers it. You're single now. You're not on the apps?
My profile is still active. I'm not putting a lot of effort into it. I'm kind of just sitting in where I am right now, doing some more reflecting, thinking about, what I've been through in the last year and the parts of me that I liked the way I showed up for people, the parts of me that maybe I lost a little bit of myself in some dynamics, and just kind of, I'm open to what comes my way, but I'm not actively like searching, needing.
Well, I think the new parts of you will help. One of my favorite things about Lindsay during this time was she sent, it was not topless, I want to be very clear. It was a photo of her in the mirror with her new breasts. And she was like, what do you think? I was like, you look great. And she's like, did you notice the guy in the background? And I zoomed in, and it's like a window washer just like fucking staring at her from the window. I'm like, I did not notice him. I did not notice
I had a bathing suit.
You had a
on
bathing
in the
suit.
picture.
Yeah,
it
you
was
were
like
completely
4th of
dressed.
July. Yeah, that was funny.
But that was really funny. Awesome, Lindsay. So we're going to get into our game. But before we do that, we'd like to hear from our sponsor, Prisco Dildos.
For when the season starts to turn its face and summer heat begins to haunt the air, there is a hidden temple of a place with every shape of joys that you could share. From coast to coast, the legend starts to grow. Find those treasures that you ever knew. At Briscoe Dildos, name.com you go to find the flame that burns inside of you.
That is Prisco Dildos. You can find them online at priscodildosne.com. That website is live and taking your orders today. Again, that is priscodildosne.com. So we have one segment left, Lindsay and Tom, and it's Tom's Mystery Game of Desire. And in honor of Lindsay being here for the first time in a year, we're going to keep it semi-clean. We're going to do a little bit of a newlywed game, Tom. So the way that it worked out is we have about 12 questions, multiple choice.
Okay.
Lindsay and I both picked our answers. So I will read the questions. You have the multiple choice answers.
Yeah.
You're going to guess 1 point each what Lindsay picked and what I picked.
Okay.
Okay, so it's the newlywed game. Tom is sort of going to decide how perverted we are, all right? So without further ado, here is Tom's Mystery Game of Desire.
Tom walks in with a devil's grin, a bottle of Jack and a twisted spin. Gay porn's on, the stakes are high, but no one knows what's lurking nigh. Oh, Tom's mystery game of desire. Will it burn slow or ignite like fire? Straight or gay, what will he say? He sucked that dick, he ate that ass. Who cares? Let's hear that laugh.
All right, Tom's Mystery Game of Desire, Newlywed Game Edition. So, Tom, I explained the rules. Do you get the rules?
I think I get it.
Okay. So I will read the question. You will guess your answer for Lindsay and for myself, and then we'll
Okay.
tell you what we actually picked.
All right.
I will keep score.
Let's do it.
So, question 1. What is the most people you've dated or hooked up with in a single year?
Ooh.
Is it A, 1, B, 2 to 3, C, 4 to 10, or D, I'm not even giving the IRS that information? What did Lindsay pick?
I'm going to go with D for Lindsay.
Ooh, you no faith in me. No, I said C.
Okay, C.
I'll
Okay.
put a quantitative.
And what did I say, Tom?
C.
I picked C.
definitely.
I actually said Tom is going to get 100 on this.
For you.
For you.
For me, yeah. Okay. Question 2. Have you ever hooked up with someone you knew was a bad idea? A, never. B, once. C, more than once. D, it's a personality trait.
I'm going to say more than once for Lindsay,
Correct.
and I'm going to say personality trait for Bobby.
Ding, ding, ding. Tom has got 2 for 2 for me. Okay. Question 3. What is the biggest lie you've ever told to impress someone you liked? Is it A, pretend to like something they liked?
Okay.
B, exaggerate my job, money, or status? C, pretend to be less interested than I am? Or D, create a whole fake version of myself? What did Lindsay say?
I would say A for Lindsay. Pretended to like something they liked.
I said none of the above.
Yeah, if that were an option, I probably would have guessed that. for you,
I think
actually.
then he should get credit for that because
Yeah.
I've never done any of these. I
Yeah,
don't
that doesn't
exaggerate.
really
I don't
seem like
lie.
your
I don't
vibe.
create.
All right, I'll tell you what. If
fake
Tom gets mine right, he will get 2 points for that.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So I
think you know the
picking
answer,
one.
Tom.
I would have said D for you.
That's accurate, actually. So Tom
But I
gets
think
2
you've done some of
points.
the other ones too. That's the problem.
That's accurate. Okay. Have you ever gone back to an ex even though everyone told you not to? A, never. B, once. C, multiple times. Or D, I owe my friends an apology.
So for Lindsay, I'm gonna say once.
Accurate.
Yes.
Hometown
Okay.
J.
There you go. For Bobby, I'm going to say I owe my friends an apology.
Tom, that is correct. You are acing my test.
Yeah.
Okay. Now comes, what is the most embarrassing thing you've done because you like someone?
Okay.
A, stalked their social media. B, pretended not to care. C, drove/went somewhere just to see them. Or D, something I will deny forever.
I'll say A for Lindsay.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Stalking their social media, that's rookie. Get
Okay.
out of here with
Okay.
that. Do you want me to give the answer?
Yeah, give the answer.
No, in college, we used to do, before social media was a thing, we used to do drive-bys
Oh,
of guys'
okay.
houses. You had to
Okay.
get in a car with your friends, drive by their house to see, is their car home? He said he was staying home
Oh,
tonight.
yeah, that's true. That's the
He
thing.
said
yeah,
he was
yeah,
just
yeah.
having the boys over. Why
Okay.
is there a white Honda Civic in the driveway? So we used to full-on stalk people in college before social media.
All right. I'll go something I will deny forever for Bob. D.
I did stalk their social media. I thought...
Really?
Because
Oh,
I did
okay.
the
cares?
story about the girl from the gym.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. All right. Well,
So no points on that. That's fine.
Yep.
Okay, what is your biggest weakness when it comes to attraction? Is it someone's looks, their confidence, their personality, or them being slightly toxic?
What is your biggest... So, as in...
My weakness
Like,
when
what
I
do you
see
fall
someone.
for?
Yes,
What do you
correct.
fall for? Okay.
Correct.
I'm going to say confidence for Lindsay. Is that right? No, what is it?
It's looks.
It's looks.
Looks. Okay.
It's fucking looks.
It's fucking looks.
Okay.
What about me, Tom? You can say it.
It's the D.
Yeah, that's right, Tom. That's right.
Yeah.
You do.
Messy. Mess.
You and the 29-year-old should get together.
That is right. Okay. Have you ever sent a text message that you immediately regretted? A, never. B, once. C, several times. Or D, my phone should come with a warning label.
Okay, so So I'm gonna say like once for Lindsay.
No.
No,
My phone
Several
needs
times.
a warning.
My phone needs a
I
warning.
send the
Oh,
absolute
really?
most unhinged text to people.
But I feel like, but then you regret it.
Oh, well, I guess no. That's true.
That's
I don't regret
I just get
it.
the
I
vibe
think
that
it's
you
funny.
wouldn't. Yeah, I get the
fire
vibe
it
that
off
you
and-
aren't like looking at your text and going like, oh, I shouldn't have sent that. And that's the yeah. I don't know.
True. I guess I was thinking.
Tom
of,
basically said you're a cold-hearted bitch, and when you say the mean thing, you
No, I
mean
think
it.
like I think she says what she means. She means what she says.
Yeah.
Right. Like you're getting the
Yeah,
the
I
text
mean, you're
message
going to
you
get
meant
the
send.
true version
Yeah.
of me. And so even if I say things like, I can overlook your criminal past because you do X, Y, and Z, I don't regret saying that.
Yeah.
All right.
So maybe once. I'll give you once. Somewhere along the way, I probably was.
Or maybe
like,
several times. Maybe there's a couple. I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
I'm also not like.
Wait, so
generally a
your
drunk
answer was
text.
never?
Yeah.
No, my answer was I need a warning.
I
My
Okay.
answer was I need a warning.
I need that. Like, are you sure you want to send this? Yes or no? And like, would Bobby approve? Yes or no?
Really, Bobby's your what I approve.
Well, no.
Which is only, I am sometimes. But Tom, what do you think I said?
So this is an interesting one for me, because like
Because you stopped a lot of shit.
sometimes I think your phone should have a warning label. I don't know if you do or not though. Similarly, like I think some of the texts that you let fly that I'm like, oh, that probably wasn't a great idea. You're like, nope, good to go. So I'm gonna say D for you.
That's right.
Okay,
That's right.
okay.
Yeah, that's right. I send a lot of texts that I instantly realize I shouldn't send.
Fair enough.
Okay.
That's good.
What is something you've done while dating that you hope your parents will never find out about? Nothing, a little embarrassing, definitely embarrassing, or I have to have a lawyer.
I'm gonna say that your parents would never find out about. I'll say B for Lindsay.
A little. I put definitely embarrassing.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
say,
I think
yeah.
like kicking a guy out because his dick doesn't work and texting someone else. I don't.
Yeah, you don't want your
Mark that. That's the button right there.
Yeah,
That's the best part of the podcast.
but at the beginning that her parents get
No, mom and dad can't hear that.
They're gonna hear it. What about me, Tom?
lawyer.
I said definitely embarrassing.
Okay, definitely
but I
embarrassing.
did the X kind of big where I thought maybe subliminally I meant that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you a point for that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. What is the most adventurous thing you've done to impress someone? Is it A, try a new hobby, B, book a trip, C, did something totally out of character, or D, I can't put it in writing?
So I would say that I bet it's A for Lindsay.
True.
Nice. Okay. What was the hobby?
So it was actually with Mike, and it was like he wanted to go to like this zip lining adventure park thing. And I was like, oh, I'm more a, like sit and watch that girl. Right. But I did. I was up there like the trees, zip lining. I didn't have a great time, but I did it, because early on you're like,
you got to kind of,
enjoy this. I will try it.
Sure.
And then I'm like, okay, from now on, we're sitting on a patio.
I like it.
All right, Tom, what did I say?
Bobby, can't put in writing.
It was actually try a new hobby, which was pegging.
No,
it was try a new hobby, but it was smoking because that's how I started talking to Molly. She was out ripping butts. Yeah,
you just smoked just to talk to her.
I bummed a butt off somebody and I was like, "Hey, can I have a cigarette?" And I went over and I talked to her.
Wow, in college.
Yeah, which was not a good hobby. It was actually a very taxing hobby in my lungs.
Yeah.
All right, so no points for that one.
Okay.
And the last question, okay? If your dating history was made into a movie, what would the title be? A, Bad Decisions. B, I Thought They Were Different. C, At Least It Was Fun. Or D, Do Not Show This to My Family.
So I'll go with C for Lindsay.
Technically, yes. I checked all of them off. But yeah, you can have a point for that because all of those apply.
Bobby, I think you would say A.
I did say A.
Yeah,
I did say A. So Tom gets 2 points in that.
That's been the best game for me to date.
Yeah, for 11 questions, Tom got 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 points.
That's pretty good.
She did better than half.
Yeah.
Good for you, Tom.
Credit to me.
That's
Well, that was Tom's Mystery Game of Desire, Newlywed Edition. And let's do our quick time check, an hour and a half. You actually might not get that timestamp when you get it because we have to edit out a bunch of shit that I shouldn't have said.
A couple of things.
But we'll get into that. So, Tom, before we get into our closing thank yous, we're going to kick it off with Lindsay. So, Lindsay, thank yous, plugs, what do you got?
I want to thank everyone that participated in my dating era for the last 3 years and let you know that applications are closed. It's not because I'm dating anyone. I'm still single. I'm just done.
Fair enough.
Tommy, what do you got, buddy?
Well, thanks, John Bernthal. I'm going to see him.
Yeah, in Spider-Man
on the big
and
screen
twice.
Yeah, I'm going to see him on the big screen. Coming up, couple weeks. No, thank you to our up.
Oh, fuck that guy. I'd like to thank Lindsay for making the trip. I know the timing miraculously worked out. We're recording on the afternoon on a Saturday, which never happens. Mm-hmm. So this was in the stars that it had to happen. So Lindsay, thank you so much for coming. I'm sure we're going to get again the highest listened to episode that we've ever had.
Yeah.
Kinda hope
which
not.
is always great.
I kind of hope not.
We use Lindsay strictly for the views and the downloads, which is awesome. Oh, before I forget, we may not have time for another July episode because in 2 weeks when I'm free again, I'm actually leaving for vacation.
Yep.
But we may, depending on what goes down. So if you don't hear from us now, it'll be in August, let's just say. But either way, as always, I'd like to thank Dean Corsi for this absolute fire theme song. You can find Tom and I at divorcedwithfriends@gmail.com, Twitter, DivorceWFPod, Instagram @DivorcedWithFriends. As always, Podbean will distribute these to all locations, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, iHeart. Like, subscribe, smash, fuck, review. We don't give a shit, Tom, do we?
No.
See you in 2 weeks.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Bear.